Caesar, ownership. We got to talk about ownership because you brought it up earlier.
Mhm.
The ownership situation at Barcelona, because it is a big deal. When I was doing all this research, I was just like, it's getting to a point at Barcelona where some kind of money's got to come in. So I was like, let me look at what the ownership situation. Apparently, Barcelona, along with Real Madrid, Athletic Club, Osasuna, they're organized like a registered association. So it's not possible to purchase shares in the club, but only membership.
Mhm.
The members of Barcelona are called socis, and they form an assembly of delegates, which is the highest governing body of the club. I think that body is who elects who elected Laporta and who elected the guy before him, Bartomeu, like the president of the club, like they elect him. So apparently Barcelona has 144,000 socios. And I would imagine that they have varying ranges of financial, patronage, like basically like a Patreon. Like you can pay
Which is
$5.
common for clubs in Spain, though. They have like that setup.
Well, it's just Real Madrid. It's only a few clubs: Real Madrid, Athletic Club, and Osasuna in Barcelona.
So majority of the big ones, basically.
But I would imagine that you can pay a certain level to get to be I would imagine not every single person is paying the same amount. I'm sure there's other ones that are paying more.
Yeah, I'm sure some people just pay to vote, and then some people pay for like different tiers.
I would imagine. I don't know, but it seems like that would be the case. But I don't know how long that's gonna last because whatever they're doing, it's just not working. And it's not like it's not working and other clubs are also suffering the same way. Like you're not hearing this about Real Madrid. You're not hearing this about Atleti. You're not hearing this about Sevilla or Valencia or any of these clubs. You're only hearing it about Barcelona. So Caesar, who do you think it's going to be? China or a Gulf Middle East nation that comes in and buys out Barcelona?
It's I can't imagine. I feel like we've moved away from some of the acquisitions from big Chinese financial groups. I heard that there was like a journalist I like that was gonna write an article about it or something about it where a big fallout happened upon what they were doing before. Like a lot of these they ran into debt, and then the government, who intercedes on a lot of financial transactions in China, kind of like put stricter sanctions on some of the big moves they were doing. Like they were having fun tricking that money off, and then the government was like, no, we're not doing this no more, especially and now recession and stuff like that going on as well. That's affecting China as well as us. But I think what will happen is something like that, where maybe like some kind of Middle Eastern acquisition group, like a Qatari ownership group, or maybe like a Saudi Arabia, like the Prince family, the Prince royal family, whatever it's called, the Crown Royal Family Group, whatever they're called, something like that. But I had this weird feeling that I think Barcelona will fall apart before that happens because of pride. I think there's a lot of ownership pride among some of the elites, because I would only think that a high amount of ego or pride would result in making such horrible decisions, because I would sacrifice large percentages of the club and keep like an image, like let's give an example like UFC. Like, you have people that started off as the ownership, they sold away a lot of the rights, but they kept a face that like it was recognizable to be like people still assume as like the big owner, even though they're only like a 10% stake, but people like a face. I would do something like that. But the problem with this club is that it's also partially owned by people. So there's not enough.
Completely.
Yeah, completely. So there's not enough to divide up. If it was originally just owned by like a family, or it'd be easy, like Chelsea. Chelsea was able to just sell the club off from having been a Russian or a Roman over off to the American. Is it SAG? I forgot what they're called. The ownership group.
Some guy named Todd Bowley, I think.
Yeah, Todd Bowley, whatever. Probably owns like 400 parking lots. Anyways, he acquired the club. So it's really complicated when your club is owned by the people. And I think the problem also Barcelona shows is when they had the protests when Messi was leaving, is that the people own, but they have absolute no say. Like they are powerless in the end, right? Because you're putting your money in for the future of the club, but the club is not doing anything to solidify security, financial security for it. And you could tell by the attendance numbers were really low for Barcelona, on average, lower than in the previous 10 years prior. There's a lot of things that are very concerning, and it makes me think, at what point is there kind of step-in basis? At what point is there a review? At what point is FFP an organization? I mean, just saying, like, it makes no sense that at this point we're not seeing more. And to just it's so easy for them to issue penalties and like ban teams from making transfers. And remember, Barcelona had a ban too as well. Like there's Atletico Madrid had a ban for a season.
See, Marseille had one.
Yeah, you're able to do that, but you're not able to impose on just being able to make these signings willy-nilly. It just doesn't seem to add up. Clubs like Real Madrid, who have shown a strength of financial literacy, literally doing a stadium remodel, selling one of the biggest players in club history, and not
excuse me. That was
transferring one of the biggest clubs in players in club history, making some moves, but at the same time, they've always been consistently successful, having very low non-trophy years over the last 10 years. And Barcelona, it's been a little rough, dog. It's been a while, and we can make jokes we want about these trophies not meaning nothing, but you already knew it was going to be weird when they started reneging on playing in America. Like, it became like, oh, hell no, we'll never do that. Then it was like, oh, we're broke. Hey, man, let's go play in Ohio. Like, oh, you want to do a preseason clash in Vegas? Sick. Real Madrid's like, cool, extra cash for us. Real Madrid's like, please, like, let's do this, And I don't know what the future is, but it's concerning, especially like, I'm going to go back to what I said earlier. I think a lot of pride and the complication of it being owned by the people is going to lead to more issues than a positive future, especially with leadership like Laporta, who's supposed to be the savior. Basically just kind of going in line with the previous regime was doing. I haven't seen like a positive impact. Is a positive impact signing people? No. A positive impact would be making really good deals. Like,
well, the positive impact would be paying the players the money they owe
at first, because labor is important. A lot of the also insane comments people are saying are like, why would he deal with this, or why would he say no to being transferred if he's owed money? I'm like, you are just a brain dead Twitter commenter, because if you worked for 6 months at Target, right, and all you make is $17 an hour, and Target didn't pay you for the last 4 months out of the 6 months you worked there, and people go, hey, look, Walmart's offering a job for 18, just take it. You're like, no, I'm down to take it. But Target owes me 4 months of wages, so I'm not leaving until you pay me my money. That because you don't leave a place giving them free slave service. They need to pay you for what the hell you did. That's labor protection. That's why unions exist. Clearly, there's not powerful, or if any, unions that do anything in these countries, especially in Spain. So I will give props to MLS for their union and raising salary. Give them those players a props for creating a union. That's great. But Spain might be leading towards path that leads to that, and that might cripple some of these teams, and that's their own fault for bad business transactions. That's their fault that it's led to this point. They don't has every right to deny any offer if he has not been paid before he leaves. Come on now. They always talk mess in Europe about South America, right? Oh, Freddie Adu took Bahia to court for not paying them. Oh, they love to rag on how poor and third world country South America is, and people I see dropping out getting paid, but they love to do that game. But no one wants to have that same vilifying energy towards a European, one of the biggest clubs on a planet, not being able to pay a multitude of players. Funny, keep that energy when it's a European club, please. Keep the energy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know obviously don't know what's gonna happen in the future, but they have these 144,000 people who are like the owners of the club. I wouldn't be surprised to see, some like the company that owns most of Inter Milan, or like the company that did Athletic Stadium Wanda and also owns AMC Theaters. I
Wonder.
wouldn't be I wouldn't be surprised to see them come in and say like, look, we'll come in for 51% of Barcelona. We'll pay off 73,000 of the associates. We'll pay them out. We'll buy them out, and then we'll be part owner with the 72,000 rest or 71,000 rest of those people. Because you're right, like those people who are buying into the club, who own the club, so to speak, they don't have any say. Like they don't have any. I don't know what they're really getting back from the club when the club is in so much debt and like doing bad business. It might be a good idea for Barcelona to get some kind of financial stability by having either a Chinese holding company or one from Saudi Arabia or Qatar or Kuwait or something. Put some kind of financial stability, because it seems like they couldn't do it. Now, I will say this: it could be that, and we've talked about this before too. It seems like Messi just drained the club of money. Maybe it could end up being that Barcelona will get more financially solvent the further they get away from Lionel Messi. Maybe 5 years down the line, they kind of like figured it out because they don't have to pay this person the monster wages. And players like Piqué and Busquets, like basically the Catalan players make so much money. Maybe the further they get away from these like legendary folklore Catalan players, that they're like obligated to like make the captains and pay them a lot. Maybe once they become a little bit more removed from that, they can be doing better financially.
Yeah.
Or maybe they just have some idiots. I don't know. But I wouldn't be surprised if you start to hear stuff about Barcelona's ownership changing hands. I would not be surprised. And, if we're looking like 2000, it might end up being 2025 where PK still owed his money. If they're like, look, we can't pay you, he'd be like, look, I'm gonna take y'all to court. You better figure something out. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure. And I think it's tough. It's a tough situation because this wouldn't just be a regular acquisition, it'd be a huge one. It'd be expensive. It would just be a lot. And I know a lot of people, a lot of companies, a lot of money to throw around. Now, I know recently in a lot of the West, there isn't a lot of that kind of money thrown around. At least that's what I've been told. But the top people seem to be getting richer, so they might be able to do something like that. I don't know what the situation is. It seems very complex.
You know who would, if he was smart, even though I don't really think this person actually has money like that, but if he was smart, Elon Musk.
I don't think he has money like that.
I don't either. I don't
think so either. He's too much of a troll, I think, to do that.
But if he was smart and he did have money like that,
if you know what, if Elon had like a really good, like formidable investment firm, then I'd be like, oh yeah, like whatever, Musk Investments, like I'd be, oh, they for sure move in on that. Like they would do some of that.
Like, I don't know how many billions he has for real, but if you're like some asshole super rich billionaire and you're looking to kind of rehabilitate your reputation, after this fake Twitter buyout, go call up Barcelona, dude, and be like, hey, like I got 10 billion, like
he's
what's
really
the deal?
Good at convincing the masses that he's doing the right thing, and they would love that over there.
Just be like, look, I got 10 billion, we'll make the club solvent.
Yeah, put Tesla on the sleeves.
That's a cool logo.
Yeah,
bring some Teslas over there, have them driving Teslas instead of Audis or whatever.
Yeah, that'd actually be way cool if they did that. That'd be great if they just died.
You get excited.
No, I don't want to see. I'm sick of seeing Audis. I'm over it. I want to see some Tesla. Wait, Audi is Real Madrid. Now they're BMW. Real Madrid sold out now. I don't know what Barcelona is.
I don't know either, but
I would just like to see them electric cars. That makes me happy. Electric cars, not Tesla.
You're kind of a Tesla guy on the low, though.
Oh, no, I'm not a Tesla guy. No, I'm an Elon Musk hater.
Since when?
The last year. I'm
okay, fair. But
I used to be Elon Musk. Yeah, was I a fan of Tesla before? Admittedly, yes, absolutely.
But honestly, he'd be smart to do it, or him or Jeff. Jeff Bezos not so much because he doesn't have such a public persona. But if Elon Musk was smart, he should just buy. Not buy Barcelona, but like put a significant amount of money there. Barcelona is like the biggest club in the world. So many people love Barcelona, and just waste your money on that. That's easier than Twitter. You feel me? So you know what I mean?
I'm sorry.
No, it's good. So the ownership situation at Barcelona is not something that is talked about now. But I feel like it's going to be a conversation that comes up because we've seen Barcelona get these injections of cash, it seems like, but we're still seeing, we're not seeing anything about players getting their money back. And then the most recent signing, Ousmane Dembele, he signed for a wage reduction and he's 25. So I just feel like the next logical thing is they might be saying, hey, dude, like we got to do this Sosi thing. This Sosi thing has been nice, but we're dead broke. Elon, what's up, man? We can drive some X.
Let's stop mentioning Elon on the show. It's kind of bugging me a little bit. But you're dropping it in the sense of like billionaires. What's popping? If we're talking about like a big equity firm or somebody that are big like holdings or like some kind of like some kind of big group, like the LAFC had like an ownership group of 23 people, whatever, or 48 people, or 840 people bought into the team. I could see something like that. I don't know what the problem is like whoever takes on is not only paying for the club, but they might even be paying off a lot of debt. And
but he can afford it though.
He can afford it, but every single of these people always think like, what's the return on investment? So
that's true, but that's what I'm saying.
And especially when you signed a deal to give away like 10% of like TV rights and stuff like that. It's like, oh my God.
I feel like if it's any kind of, because you know what, they're not going to be thinking about they're not going to be thinking about return on investment right away. If this club is super in debt, so it's like it's almost like charitable. Like, that's why it would be smart. I'm saying it'd be smart for Elon Musk. He's not a smart guy, so he's probably not going to do it. But some entity or someone like that who's a public face to like do something like that's very endearing to so many football fans around the world. Like Barcelona probably got the most fans in the world. So many people are like, wow, like, dang, dude, Elon came through for us.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good for your public face,
Yeah, for sure.
The problem is he's American and like Americans don't care. Well, he's in America. Is he an American citizen? I don't know.
He might be a resident.
Yeah. Well, let's get him out of here.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be cool if he got deported.
Build the wall on his ass.
But the Twitter deal falls through and he gets deported. That'd be so sick.
But like either way, this is anticipation. Obviously, nobody's really talking about the ownership situation, but I think that it's something that might come up.
Okay.
And it should, because for me, I'm like, well, y'all got all these problems. Why don't y'all think about somebody buying y'all out?
Yeah, and they would have to restructure the whole ownership system for the club. And I know it's going to just make people real happy, but I think people will be more. I think people, if it's the right group behind it, it's a lot of money behind it, like the Newcastle thing, people are just excited that money's coming in. Like people willing to sacrifice some of that. I might, at least what I think, they'll sacrifice some of their pride in order to see their club do better. That's what I hope they would think. But who knows? Their blood runs deep and could be super thick there. And they're like, we don't really care. I don't want to see that. If they can't handle it with my money, why would they really handle it with their money? Who knows what they could think? But that we could be leading to that road before any kind of bankruptcy for sure, because that would mean that the club is given up to the bank and the bank owns the club, and that'd be rough. And then we have a really good episode of Casa de Papel coming out where they go rob Barcelona. They go and rob the bank to take Barcelona back. That'd be dope.
Oh, you know what's funny? I guess this year Elon Musk tweeted, "I'm gonna buy Barcelona and bring Messi." I did not know that.
He's such an internet troll. Of course he found out about this.
Apparently,
Damn,
oh wait, or maybe this is fake.
might be fake, dog. I don't remember him posting soccer stuff.
He was in Barcelona. He was in Barcelona last year. I think.
I don't want to cuss, but he's literally a shit poster. So it's like, like that's all he does all day and like posting goofs and stuff. So
Yeah, because you follow him still. But anyway,
I actually have him muted.
We made a podcast, investigations. We got to do it because it doesn't seem like anybody else is really paying attention to these things, but we do.
No, we do. We'll be coming out with an episode on this when more in depth on YouTube, but it'll be something new to add to our exploding viewership channel. I can't wait to spend 4 hours working on this and get 6 views. That's gonna be dope.
If it takes you 4 hours, then you know what? Editing
is not a ABC 1, 2, 3 process, unfortunately.
Apparently not for you, Caesar. And we got 27 views on a video not that long ago.
Hey, this might be. I don't know. We posted an Instagram post with Messi one time. That joint got like damn near 1,000 likes. So you never know. I'm just gonna put Messi in the tag real quick.
And we got a comment on that post too. The one about the clip about Iñaki Williams forced to play for Ghana. Some dude said, "I wish all Black players in Europe play for African teams."
Freedom fighter.
And I agree, except for
I'm the first one that said I got flack from Bam for saying this before.
Well, yeah, you called them coons.
No, whoa, you're on the wrong episode. That's gonna get cut.
Anyway, we made a podcast episode 262. Holler.